Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. Today I'll be giving you guys a story. Remember in my first video I promised that I would be sharing stories about my life and my experiences in motherhood. So yeah, today I'm going to give you a story about how I came from infertility to being a mom of two. But before I begin, go and like and subscribe and then come back for the gist. So backstory. Sometime in I think my second or third year in the university, I discovered that I was lactating. Yes, and so I told my elder sister who told my mom about it, and then we went to the hospital. So we ran a couple of tests and we found out that I had high prolactin level. Basically, I think prolactin is a hormone in the body that is responsible for producing breast milk. So what happened is that it was high. So basically, it was sending messages or signals, as the doctor put it, to my brain to say that I was already a nursing mother. And when it sends that signal, it means that you're already pregnant or nursing, so there's no room for another baby to come. So that was when I was diagnosed with infertility. So it was really worrisome because my mom was like, how, when, no one has this and all of that. So the doctor went on to prescribe these small pills for me and said I had to take them every day so that my hormonal levels can be balanced out. When I tell you, I do not know what they put in those drugs, but when I tell you that those drugs messed me up, it will be a huge understatement. Taking those drugs made me a mess. I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't read, it was messing with my whole system. So my mom doesn't know this, I guess she would know now. I had to stop the medication completely. My dad is a medical doctor as well. So I told him how I was feeling and he was like, stop it. So I stopped the whole medications because I just felt like, I can't live a normal life taking these medications. I don't know if it was just me or if it's in general how the medication makes people feel, but that's how I reacted to it. So I stopped it. Fast forward, I was getting married. Of course, I had already told my husband about, what the doctor said about infertility and all of that. And he said something very interesting. He said, that's not what God told me. So I was like, okay, cool. I've told you so. Full disclosure here. If you're going to fate this walk, I fate it with you and we're going to get married. So, yeah. So when he proposed, I said yes. And I remember my mom calling me in and saying, I don't know, are you still lactating? I was like, yeah, I still am. And she was like, oh my God, are you still taking your medications? I was like, yeah, I lied. Because I didn't want her to panic, but I confided in my elder sister that I was still lactating and I was not taking the medications. And she said, she read somewhere that they said herbal medications can work. So maybe let's go see the lady. She has the address on a newspaper or something like that. She took a picture. I was like, okay, cool, let's go, So we went there. It was, I think, somewhere in Gwarimpa, and my sister and I drove there, and the lady showed us one funny looking drug in a black syrup container, and she was like, you have to take this and blah blah blah. It just felt weird, to be honest, and I was just like, nah, I'm not going to take that. And she said the comments, ladies and gentlemen, she was like, you're going to come back. And I don't know where this came from. Call me over spiritual. I was like, I will not come back in Jesus' name. And I told my sister, let's go, and we left. So yeah, we got married. My husband and I got married in March. April or May, May, I found out that I was pregnant miraculously. And I'm just like, no, I didn't take those medications. I didn't take the black concoction that woman gave me. God came through. So I'm just here. Well, for someone out there who, is suffering from that, or if you can take the medications, please do. But if you cannot, please, there is absolutely nothing God cannot do. He did it for me, and I'm very sure that he will do it for you as well. So guys, that's my story. See you in the next video. Bye.